Fox 25 News at 11 begins with breaking news.
Welcome everybody to Fox 25's coverage of the Oklahoma Teachers Walkout live outside of the state capitol right now. The crowds have grown immensely here in just the last hour. Here's a better look at it. The teachers have now spilled out close to the street and just into our newsroom within the past few minutes. The state fire marshal has closed down floors 3, 4, and 5 of the Capitol because of so many people. We told you this morning that they were going to do a one in, one out rule if it did get to be too crowded, and it appears that we have gotten to that point. So again, floors 3, 4, and 5 of the Capitol are shut down right now per the fire marshal's request. Emily Collins is right in the thick of it, right in the big crowd of protesters. Emily, how are things there?
Well, Chris, like you said, I'm Chris.
Great perspective of the huge crowd of people that are gathered outside of the state capitol. Again, floors 3, 4, and 5 of the rotunda inside are shut down per the fire marshal's request. Back out here live on the ground level, just ran into a bunch of teachers from Broken Arrow this morning. How far of a drive was it for you?
We drove 2 hours.
And what was the point you wanted to get across here today out in front of the Capitol to your lawmakers?
We just want the legislators to know that we need more funding for our classrooms.
Aaron, I see this sign right here. This one says, March to 90, I'm back, but shouldn't have to be. What do you mean by that?
I was here as a first-year teacher back in 1990, and we were assured that it would never happen again and we would never take steps back. And unfortunately, we have, and so I'm back asking for more funding from our legislatures.
When you look out onto these crowds and you see all the people here, how does this compare to 1990?
It's about the same. I had mixed feelings this morning. I was sad that it came to this, but I was happy to see that we've all pulled together and we're all rallying behind our kids.
All right, and what about you? What brought you here today?
Well, I'm a first-year teacher, so I witnessed the majority of my classmates that were education majors leave the state, and a lot of them asked me, why are you staying? And I said, well, Oklahoma's home, and somebody's got to teach the Oklahoma kids too. So I'm just really fighting for the future and also for my friends who are still in college who want to be teachers. So.
Have you thought about going somewhere else to teach?
I've thought about it, but I really love Broken Arrow. I love Oklahoma, and I'm just hoping that we can make the change for the Oklahoma kids.
And like you said, if you're not going to do it, who is going to do it?
Exactly.
Is right. All right, so you just see this crowd here. It's much bigger behind me. That was right in the thick of it that you saw Emily Collins reporting just a moment ago. And there are also teachers inside of the Capitol right now, and they're spilling out. They're encouraging people to honk and everything. What about you? Are you a student?
I am. I'm a senior.
You came from Broken Arrow?
I did.
Okay, and what do you take of all this? What are your classmates saying? What's the conversation inside of the schools right now about what's happening here with the walkout?
I think a lot of the students are really scared. They don't know what's going to come of it, and the uncertainty is kind of nerve-wracking.
Okay, what about the condition inside of the classroom? Right now, your teachers are protesting not only for fair and balanced wages for themselves and for the support staff, but also for more money for inside of the classroom. How are things inside of the classrooms? Can you tell that more money is needed?
Yeah, some of the textbooks are almost as old as me, so it's really scary, and a lot of the buildings are deteriorating and falling apart, and it's not necessarily safe with some of the mold and different things.
All right. Again, this is a group from Broken Arrow who made the trek here this morning to have their voice heard at the state capitol. And here comes a marching band coming down the street. This is teachers from all across Oklahoma, their collective voices coming together, hoping to be heard by the state legislature to get more funding for the classrooms, for inside. The misperception from a lot of folks is that teachers right now are protesting for better pay. They got that raise that was passed by the legislature last week of about $6,100. That's now law. Teachers are out here now to get more money for their classrooms. Now, because all of these people are out here, because the teachers and students are here, schools are shut down, so that also means that families are going to need a place to go. That means that families are struggling to find childcare, something to do with their kids. Malcolm Tubbs is checking out one of those locations this morning. Malcolm?
Yeah, so I am here with two former teachers from...
Thanks, Malcolm. A group of a few hundred people just came down 21st Street You heard that marching band a few minutes ago. They're right at the front, but right now they're stopped on 21st Street. They've taken up the entire span from left to right. You can see how long it is here as we pan off for you. There are still people coming to the Capitol right now. Many of them are taking shuttles. Chip Maxim is at one of the locations picking up people before they head to the Capitol. Chip?
Hey Chris, this is Remington. I'm to the bus, but I can tell you the parking lot nearly full here. Chris?
All right, Chip Maxim's got your back if you're still headed to the Capitol this morning. Now, as we were saying before, there creates a great need when you shut down schools for the day, especially across the state, at least for a day. So that means that places like the Boys and Girls Club have to step in. Wayne Stafford's there right now to tell people how they're helping out families. Wayne?
Hey, good morning, Chris.
To the bus, but I can tell you the parking lot nearly full here. Chris?
All right, Chip Maxim's got your back if you're still headed to the Capitol this morning. Now, as we were saying before, there creates a great need when you shut down schools for the day, especially across the state, at least for a day. So that means that places like the Boys and Girls Club have to step in. Wayne Stafford's there right now to tell people how they're helping out families. Wayne?
Hey, good morning, Chris. Club here in Oklahoma County. Chris, back to you.
All right, thanks, Wayne. We're here with some OU students who have actually come down today to join in the protests. You're obviously down here for a reason because you think that Oklahoma's education system needs some work, needs some more funding. What's a specific message that you would want your lawmakers here at the Capitol to take away from all this today?
I just think that we're all pre-service teachers here, and we want them to know that we're coming to the classroom and we don't want to see our students suffer in the future. And more than that, it's not about a pay raise, it's about funding for them.
All right, and what about you ladies? What brought you here today?
Well, I mean, I'm from Oklahoma, and I plan to stay in Oklahoma to teach. And I just I'd really like to see, better conditions for teachers, for students, for education in the future, because this is my future, this is my students' future, this is our state's future.
That's fascinating that despite all of this going on right now, here's someone who isn't a teacher yet, who wants to become a teacher. Have you had second thoughts at all, or are you just dead set on this is your career and that this is who you are meant to be?
No, this is what I'm doing, and I'm here. So yeah, just please make it better.
And you, what about you? What do you want lawmakers to take away from this today?
I think I want them to take away that this is our state, we take pride in it, and it's a wonderful state, and it can't get better if our students are getting the best that they can get, and it's just going to send them elsewhere, and we just want the students to stay here so they can make a difference here in this beautiful state. So.
And it's all, the money has to come from somewhere. I mean, we've just passed one of the largest tax increases in Oklahoma history to fund some teacher pay raises. I mean, Oklahoma kind of prides itself on being a low tax state. Taxes are really low here. Where's that balance? I mean, do you think that we're just starting to make headway, or this would kind of change the makeup of Oklahoma? So do you think that this needs to be put on the backs of normal Oklahomans, everyday hardworking Oklahomans, to tax them more to pay for the education system?
I mean, I don't think it's much to ask. Your students are using our schools. Why do you not want to invest in the future of a state? I mean, I don't see the point, or I don't understand how you wouldn't want to put your money into making our state better. It's not like we're asking you to give your entire salary. It's a minimal part of it.
All right. Thank you very much. Be safe today.
Thank you.
They're going to go join the protesters. At 10:30, they're going to start speaking. They're going to start rallying all of the teachers here at the Capitol. So, Marcy, as the weather progresses today, what's it looking like later this morning for everyone here at the Capitol?
Yeah, Chris, it's really just not going to be warming very much today.
Marcy, thanks. There's a huge social media presence that is built not only to get us to today, but also happening right now. Dan Snyder's at the live desk going through all of the pictures that are coming into our newsroom. Dan?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. And I mean, we're going.
Dan, you're right, it is massive. I wanted to show you this picture right here. Look at all of those signs. It really shows the depth of all the people that are here. This stretches from one side of the Capitol to the other. They're having obviously inside of the Capitol is very full too, since the state fire marshal shut down a few floors inside. But really just an enormous presence here this morning that's just grown just tremendously here in about the last 60 minutes. Malcolm Tubbs is also here at the Capitol this morning. Malcolm, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Chris.
And Malcolm, we're really hearing some very personal and emotional stories from so many of these teachers, even students who have come here to the Capitol this morning. Just starting to hear organizers warm up the crowd before the speakers start to rally this crowd even further here at 10:30, coming up here in less than 10 minutes. First, though, I want to check in with Wayne Stafford. He's at the Boys and Girls Club, where there's programs available for parents who need some childcare help. Wayne?
Hey, good morning, Chris. Yeah, if you see all those teachers striking, you might be wondering where the kids are. Well, a lot of them might be here. This is one of the many places that is offering child.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. You know, you just mentioned all the social media. Look at this right here. They're taking pictures. Maybe they're uploading them to Burst. We can show them on the air if you do. See people taking a lot of pictures to spread their message and everything. A lot of emotional and powerful stories from some of the teachers that were here this morning. Very passionate that they're not only here for today, but they're in it for the long haul, they say, until they can get some more funding for education. Some preparing to be here for the entire week. How long this walkout's going to last, though, we don't know. It's kind of on a touch and go basis right now, but many folks are preparing for at least several days of a teacher walkout. So this could be only day one. Marcy, it's not too bad out right now, feeling about it how it was a few hours ago.
Yeah, we just really aren't going to be warming much more until we...
Welcome back. Things here at the Capitol not winding down yet. In fact, there are still several buses lined up that continue to drop off teachers who have come from all across the state. We've talked to teachers who have come here from 2.5 hours away, who are prepared to stay here for the rest of the week. OEA President Alicia Priest prepared everyone for another walkout to start tomorrow morning. Oklahoma City Public Schools have canceled again for tomorrow, so we could be in here for the long haul, folks. Our coverage here live out in front of the Capitol. We're going to stop that for now, but our coverage continues online all the time at OKCFox.com and, of course, for the Fox 25 News at 5. I'm Chris Stanford. You've been watching Fox 25's coverage of the Oklahoma Teachers Walkout.
We're not allowed to stand on that. If y'all climb down, we'd sincerely appreciate it.